building to a crescendo all week, and very shortly it will be for real. We have all the action for you live.
Hello, welcome back to Armchair Armory. And things are looking good at the moment. I know this is only the 5th game of the season, but there is a very positive vibe going around at the Emirates and around the Arsenal fan base at this moment in time. So, up next, again, second home game of 2, we have Aston Villa tomorrow night, Wednesday night. Evening kickoff, first round of midweek games in the Premier League. It's a weird one with Villa because over the past couple of seasons, and some of the signings they've made have been really, really good. However, they've not really kicked off this season. So in their last 4, they've lost 3 and won 1. Their last game being a 1-0 loss to West Ham, that was actually West Ham's first win of the season so far. So, and it sounds like already, from what I'm seeing in the mainstream media, Gerrard seems like his job's on the line. So this could be a kind of like make or break game for Gerrard at the moment. And what better team to play when you need to turn things around than Arsenal? Because last season that's what happened. It would, teams like Brighton and Southampton that hadn't scored in God knows how many games, they come up against us and they win. They beat us in both of those fixtures. So I'm a little bit wary of this, just because, it's one of those things. I was really worried about Fulham, just because they'd played really well up until this point. They held Liverpool to a 2-2 draw. They beat Brentford, and they had a good draw with Wolves. So I was worried about that, and I did say that Mitrovic would score because he seems to always score. And from the highlights, it was from a mistake from Gabriel, which he redeemed. So we're coming off of the back of, 100% record at the moment, 4 wins out of 4. I'm not going to get carried away. I can already see people. There's one thing that annoys me. I'm going to come on to this into kind of the media in general in a minute. But there's one thing that really annoys me is that, like, at the same time, these kind of fan media channels and the mainstream media, they put you up 1 minute and then they knock you down the next. So I'm seeing people like, I'm not going to name any names to be fair, but I'm seeing a lot of people saying things like, we need to take Arsenal seriously, Arsenal could be going in for a title run this season, etc, etc. It's like, you shouldn't be putting those expectations, because there are people out there that hang on your every word and will believe what you're saying. And if things don't work out, then we're going to have a worse situation than we had, at the end of last season. I can see people on certain fan channels already saying, if we don't finish in the top 4, if we don't finish in the top 3, Arteta has to go, and all this kind of stuff. And it's just unnecessary expectation. I expect a kick on from last season after the kind of disappointment, but I also am realistic to think that, like, there's going to be a time where teams like United, Liverpool, Spurs are doing okay, even though they've not been playing that great. City, Chelsea, they kick on and start winning games consistently, and then it's going to be a lot harder when the Europa League comes in and the Champions League comes in. It's going to be a lot harder for us to maintain where we are. And yeah, it's great. Like, I haven't seen us at the top of the table for years. I haven't seen us in the kind of 1-2 since 15-16. I don't think I've seen. I don't think I have since the Leicester winning season. I don't think I've seen us up there. But it's still early days. There's still a long way to go. Speaking of Europa League, obviously we've had our group announced now. So it's PSV Eindhoven, FC Zurich, and a team from Norway, which I keep forgetting the name of. So PSV, Boulder Glimt from Norway. So in terms of distance, that's not too bad. So that's Holland, Norway, and Switzerland. So that's not as bad as I thought. It was Holland being the closest. But yeah, that was one thing I was worried about, that we get drawn with Bate Borisov again or something like that and be sent to Azerbaijan or something. So fortunately, that's not too bad. It's just, the Thursday-Sunday thing in general is going to take its toll. we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. I mean, I think we have a good shot at the Europa League, to be honest. There are a few good teams in there, like Lazio is in there, PSV is a decent team, so, you know, like Man United, obviously. So we'll have to see how we go, but I think we have a decent shout at the Europa League. It's just that if we can keep the squad fit, and that's both the first 11 and the team that the second 11 that you, or some of the players that you expect to play the Europa League, if we can keep them fit, then we should be seeing the latter stages of the Europa League, hopefully. It just depends on what the priority is. I mean, I'm assuming the priority is to get back into the Champions League, and if we can't do it through the league, we have to do it through the Europa League. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, going back to Villa, yeah, I am a little bit... sorry, not Villa. Yeah, so going back to what I was saying about the media and fan media trying to bring us up on one hand, saying... yeah, that like we could be title contenders. I don't think it's as serious as that. Like, we've done really well to start off as we have. I mean, I don't think we've started this well since the 04-05 season. And in that season we finished second. So yeah, we'll just have to take every game by game. It's a lot, as Arteta said himself, it's a long marathon and it's a long way to go before we start thinking, oh yeah, we're in a title challenge here with Man City. Because as I said, there's still 3 or 4 teams that still need to kick on. United, Chelsea, Tottenham, Liverpool, to some extent even Newcastle. Like they've still got time to kick on, so let's not get too carried away with ourselves. The other thing that kind of annoyed me was this narrative, well, I don't even know if it's a narrative, but these comments around why are we celebrating beating Fulham? Why is it every time Arsenal celebrate anything, it's like we're not allowed to celebrate? And I don't see this happen to other clubs, particularly with, like, I notice it a lot on BT Sport and Sky, where like they hate it, particularly Sky. They hate it the pundits hate it so much when Arsenal do well. You can just see it in Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher's face when we win. It's kind of like,
I can't believe it. How did they win?
but then when it's like United or Spurs, BT Sport are pretty bad when it comes to United and Spurs. They love United and Spurs for some reason. I just feel like for some reason every time it's like what Michael Richards said. Every time it's Arsenal, people have to talk. People have to say,
"Oh, why are they celebrating the draw against Fulham?"
I think it came from Richard Keys and Andy Gray on being Sport, saying that like celebrating a win against Fulham isn't something to celebrate about. But I get the idea of why the team was celebrating. We were celebrating because we come from 1-0 down after a terrible howler of a mistake by Gabriel, and we won the game 2-1, and it's relief more than anything that, like, yes, we've got the 3 points, we carry on. But no, as usual, everyone has to shit on Arsenal all the time, which then leads me to my other issue that I've been thinking about a lot the past few days, or the past 24 hours or so. So it's been confirmed by Fabrizio Romano that Manchester United are going to sign Anthony from Ajax, the striker from Ajax, or is he a winger? I'm not sure. But anyway, the striker/winger from Ajax for 100 million. And I can already see Man United fans behaving as if like are you not forgetting like two games ago you lost 4-0, 2-1 to Brighton and 4-0 to Brentford. And you're talking like there's going to be a title challenge now because you beat Liverpool, who were poor anyway, and a Southampton team that probably should have got a draw out of that game. So how is this Man United fans annoy the fuck out of me, seriously. Like, it's so annoying that every single time they win one game or they win a couple of games, they start behaving as if like the Fergie era is back. Like they're similar to Arsenal fans, but different in a way. Like, Arsenal fans tend to be self-flagellate themselves, so like they don't get, it's like, oh, we can't get carried away, otherwise the footballing gods are going to be against us, so we've got to celebrate really quietly that we've won a few games, and we're a bit more modest, you know. It's only when we beat big teams where we kind of lose our heads and act like idiots sometimes. But with Man United fans, literally they could go and there's a few Man United fans I know that they could beat MK Dons, or they could beat like the Dog and Duck, and they'd be saying, we're back, Champions League. Oh, we're going to be back in the Champions League. We're going to win the league. It's so deluded. It's unbelievable. And I don't think that they're going to be bad this season. I think that those 2 games were just a blip. It's clear that like they are probably going to be better this season once Ten Hag gets a grip on things, but they're not title contenders yet. I mean, I don't know much about Antony to say that whether he's going to be a world beater or not. He looks like a good player, but that's just from people's montages on social media and YouTube, so I don't know. But yeah, Casemiro is a good sign-in, although I question why he's been brought in at the age of 30, and is it still Man United trying to win something now rather than building for the future like Arsenal did? I don't know. But anyway, this is an Arsenal show, so I'm not going to keep talking about Man United, but it's just something that's really pissed me off. I think I put out a tweet saying, oh, so Casemiro and Antony in the same week, is that everything forgiven now with the Glazers because they went out and spent money? Again, it's another thing. It's just this weird reality that they live in, that like their owners are like evil Satanists or something like that, but yet they're still buying players constantly. Like that's the thing. Like they've spent over 200 million on these free players. So to me, there isn't much of an argument, even though they're probably the wrong players. There isn't much of an argument to say that they don't invest in the team. It's just that the players they buy are mostly self-centered and don't really give a shit about Man United. They just want the money. They just want the paycheck at the end of the day, and that does come down to the owners as well. And if they are, and if the theories are true that they do take money out of the club when they shouldn't, then yeah, that's wrong as well. But at the same time, like I never really understand what it is that they're pissed off about. It's kind of the same with Stan Kroenke. Like I don't really understand. Like I just think it's I hate rich people, so we're gonna get them out. And I always think like, if you do get the owner out, is that going to change fortunes overnight? Like I wouldn't even say that like Mike Ashley going from Newcastle has necessarily changed anything at Newcastle, apart from they look a little bit better. But I think it will be a while before they're at a stage where they're challenging for the honours and stuff like that. We'll see how they go this season. But yeah, like this whole argument over owners just seems very Trotsky, I'd say. I think Simon Jordan said that. Just seems like people just think that like anyone with money is evil and you should get them out. But when it comes to, Saudis, that's fine. But anyway, back to the game. So yeah, I think it will be difficult because I think Villa are due a result. Gerrard is under pressure, so I think it's going to be a tough game. I think the main thing that benefits us is that it's at home. We're coming off the back of that win. I suppose another downside is that Partey and Zinchenko are doubts. But from what I saw, it looked like Elneny and Tierney did okay. There wasn't anything for me anyway. I mean, it's not very much on 2 minutes of footage because I missed the second half because I was doing something with family, so I couldn't really go into the toilets of the restaurant and watch the second half because they think I'd died or something like that. But yeah, so from what I saw in the highlights, they looked like they held their own and they did all right. And we still won the game, whether it be a bit nervy, but we still won the game. So that's all we can take from it, really. We just got to keep this, as I kept saying last season when we had these runs, we got to keep the momentum going. I think it's better to be on 15 points going into Man United on Sunday rather than being on 12 points or 13 points, because at the moment we have the advantage over Man United. They've got a lot of ground to make up now. They're only on 6 points after 4 games. So we really need to go in with the advantage at the end of the day. It's going to be an interesting season because I definitely see differences in us. I definitely see differences in Tottenham, as much as it pains me to say. And I feel like teams like Liverpool and City, and to some extent Chelsea, haven't really kicked off yet. City have started to kind of kick off, but they don't look as good as they did last season. They don't look as unstoppable as they did last season. I don't know where Liverpool are at the moment. Liverpool look poor at the moment, even though they beat Bournemouth 9-0 on Saturday. I still think in general they don't look as good as they did pre-season before when they won the league. So I think everyone's really starting slow apart from us at the moment. I just hope we can keep that going, because there is always a point. And again, this isn't Arteta specific. This has been a This has been there with Wenger, it's been there with Emery. Like we've always had a moment where we do really well to start with, and then there'll be a blip where we draw or lose, or just about win a few games. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully this is the change that we wanted to see. But definitely, I don't see how people can argue that there hasn't been progress so far this season. I do not see how people can argue that. I did see people complaining about why is Arteta picking El Neni? Well, because he's more experienced than Lokonga. That's why. But yeah, so that is it. My prediction. I mean, the simulation you're watching now was actually quite another exciting one. I don't think it's going to be a draw. I do think it's going to be a draw. I think it's going to be 2-2. I think this is where we're going to drop points, because I just feel that Villa has too much to play for right now, and I think Gerrard's going to put a rocket up their arses because he knows he's in trouble. He knows that like a couple more losses and he's gone. So I think they're going to come out of the races and just go for us basically. So yeah, I'm going to predict 2-2. I'm going to go on the safe side. I try to be realistic rather than biased. So yeah, 2-2 is my prediction. I think if you watch the simulation to the end, I think you'll enjoy it. And it also just shows how, as I keep saying, how bad I am at FIFA. Right, I'm going to leave it there. I've spoken for quite a while. I will be back again on Wednesday evening after the game, hopefully in a good mood. Until then, take care and stay safe.
Ramsey has it. Coutinho. Chance to cross. Can he put it in? And that's sound goalkeeping. Delivering it. Well, not the best clearance. Konsa. And now Bailey. Defensive excellence there. McGinn. Well, the keeper performing brilliantly.
Well, that's just incredible. He reacted so quickly there.
And over it comes. And tipping it over the crossbar. Well, trying to build a head of steam. Another corner it'll be. Who's going to get on the end of it? Not fantastic defending. Let's see if it helps the opposition. Now, counter-attacking possibilities here. White. Really getting stuck in. Ollie Watkins. Takes the shot. Oh, commanding goalkeeping. Well, both teams have had substitutes swarming up, and now both will rely on their respective benches. Let's see about the delivery. Well, the clearance half-hearted. Danger averted for now. Jesus. Arsenal move it forward with purpose and control. He might yet finish. Cuts it back. Superb block. This could be the equaliser. But oh, what an important save! How about that?
Well, at least he hit the target, but he should really beat the keeper from there. They should be level now. Well, what a good piece of goalkeeping that was. But the equaliser can't be long in coming, surely.
Could play it in. Insufficient guile on the crossing front, you've got to say. Martin Ødegaard. Counter-attacking, very much an option. Well, that break looked so promising, but nothing coming from it. Well, the attacking options appear plentiful. In behind for him to chase. Well, straight at the goalkeeper then. "20 minutes to go. McGinn. Oh, that is a superb save.
Well, with the support of these fans, Arsenal are throwing everything at this now. What a finish we're going to get to this game.
And the decision is one of offside here.
Substitution for Aston Villa. Coming off the pitch, number 11, Ollie Watkins. Coming onto the pitch, number 21, Danny Ings.
Look at Coutinho. McGinn. And now Bailey. McGinn. Magnificent defending. Coutinho. Good tackle, taken away. And gobbled up with ease by the keeper. Well, he's given us away. This looks threatening. And he's in. Well, hey! Not the easiest of situations for the keeper. Well, can they turn one of these attacks into a goal? Difficult to stop him.
Well, they're creating chances now, and these
Oh,
Arsenal
wait a moment, Stuart. Look at what's happening. Oh, late drama here. All level again. Incredible scenes.
Well, here we can see it again. Look at the way he glides past the defender to create space for himself. And it makes the striker's job so easy. All he has to do is make the right connection. It's a lovely goal.
So back underway and level pegging at 3-3. Level pegging, but can they change that? Bailey. Can he put them in front? No is the answer to the question. And that could be so important at this stage.
Well, will they get another chance? That would surely have won the game for them.
Who can they pick out? Well, not the best clearance. And the conditions look pretty good for the counter-attack. Oh, good vision. Can they forge ahead? No! And all because of the goalkeeper. Margins.
Well, he has done well there, but he should have won the game. They probably won't get another chance now.
And over comes the corner. Well, nothing comes of it. And with the teams locked together, Arsenal chasing that winner. Still alive. And there's the whistle, all even at the end of 90 minutes here. Villa.